Hey, bitches. So what do you get when you party too hard at the Jersey Shore in the winter? Anyone? A cold shore. So my name is Ashley. Some of you know me as Trashly. And if you've had sex with me, you might even know me as Rashly. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and my dating life is very scary right now. It is so scary, in fact, that I've thought about hiring a medium because I can't stop getting ghosted by guys online, right? Speaking of dating, my mom recently took me to see my favorite country music artist, Taylor Swift. Yes. And as we're walking up to the concert, something strange happened. The security guards were turning away women and gay men and telling them to go put their purses back in the car because they could be concealing a firearm. I'm like, seriously? Thank God I left my purse in the Uber. But congratulations, America, you've solved the gun crisis. It's been women and gay men this entire time. But I want to say one thing about this, and I might be overstepping my boundary as a comedian for a second, but your Second Amendment right ends when my right to carry next season's Louis Vuitton Cruise Collection Demir Canvas clutch is infringed upon. Am I right? But don't get me wrong, I am from Texas, so I know how to shoot a shotgun. In fact, everyone at the gun range used to know me by name. I would aim my gun, I would yell, pull! They would fire the clay pigeon up into the air, I would shoot at it, and then I always did my one signature move. I'd turn around and ask if I hit it. The whole gun range would drop to the ground, and I was just like, what? Did someone walk in with a purse? So, I'm a little nervous, you guys, because I'm going to be talking about something that makes me very uncomfortable, and that is, I have a major hoarding issue. I haven't gotten rid of my dick yet. So yeah. It's just kind of hard to get rid of something that, has centimeter value. It's a big issue to have. But yes, I am transgender, so I'm the reason why bathrooms are so complicated. But using the restroom when you're trans is actually a blessing, because now I can confidently say that I have the biggest dick in the locker room. So I grew up in Texas, and growing up in Texas as a transgender person is kind of like O.J. Simpson's gloves. It's not a good fit, and you did not want to be there when it happened, but who was there when it happened was my father. My dad was the all-American jock type who wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and so he put me in all the sports, he was the coach of all my teams, and he recently told me that the reason I'm left-handed is because he wanted me to be a pitcher. And all the best pitchers in baseball are left-handed. Unfortunately for my dad, I'm more of a catcher. And a total catch. But I was basically my dad's worst nightmare. Parents at the game would be like, who's that kid doing cartwheels in the outfield? And they'd whisper, oh, that's the coach's son. So didn't work out too well for him. Next, my dad tried putting me in the Boy Scouts, thinking a little dirt might rustle my feathers. Unfortunately, he didn't see how putting me in a small, warm tent in the middle of the woods with another man could possibly go wrong. But I made it to Eagle, so who wants to go glamping? But as you can imagine, coming out to my father as transgender was not the easiest thing to do. When I first told him I was trans, he acted all surprised, and I was like, really? You're surprised? Like, I literally played Paris Hilton in my high school's version of Godspell, and she's not even in the play. My drama teacher, who was my girlfriend's mom at the time, literally wrote that part in just for me, so she knew. But when I told my dad I was trans, he told me he would not support me, and then a few months later, I told him I was going to be getting breast augmentation, and out of nowhere, he drops $10,000 into my checking account. It's like he's basically saying, if my son's gonna have tits, he's gonna have the nicest tits money can buy. And they are very nice, and they are quite expensive, and they were so expensive, in fact, they came with a 10-year warranty. I mean, my car doesn't even come with a 10-year warranty. But I'd like to know how this warranty works. Like, what is it like to work at the breast augmentation call center? Like, hello, big titties are us. How may I help you? I think I have a flat. So as many of you know, we currently have more women in Congress than we've ever had in the history of the United States. And that's really awesome, but there's still a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of industries where there's still very unequal amount of women as there are men. And so I would like to take a stand and say that we need more women serial killers. Right? Like, just imagine the 48-hour mystery, you know. It was a dark and stormy night. There were 27 stab wounds to the abdomen and blood everywhere. But the beds were made, the laundry was folded, and the dishwasher was left running, right? We need more women serial killers. So we just had Christmas, and shopping for Christmas presents for my family was the easiest thing ever this year because they happen to be Republicans. They're all like, wow, my stocking is so heavy. I wonder what's inside. I'm like, it's a brick, bitch. Go build the wall. It's made in Mexico. Isn't that exactly what you wanted? So I'm going to end on a note with a message to our president, as it's his last term in office, knock on wood. And that is, Donald, you can keep transgender people out of the military, but you can't keep the military out of me. Thank you.